Customer experience is the heart of every business, hence the need for every business organization to understand how to measure performance in customer service. Join me in this conversation as we share out some strategies into which you can be able to measure or evaluate the performance of customer service, or even how to set realistic or actionable customer service targets. My name is Mary, and I'm glad to be joined by Godfrey, who is the head of our training and recruitment and also a lead facilitator in customer experience trainings that we offer here at Corporate Staffing Services. Thank you so much, Godfrey, for joining.
Thank you for having me, Mary, and yeah, always a pleasure to be on this channel.
We are glad to have you again. So we're talking about customer experience and most importantly, how to measure performance in customer service. But before we get into it, maybe you can start by briefly explaining what customer performance indicators are.
Thank you so much, Mary. So as you've rightfully put, that every organization exists to serve different stakeholders, and among these stakeholders are clients or their customers. So when it comes to measurement, we are looking at how the organization achieves its brand objectives. And here we're looking at number one, the brand awareness. Are your clients aware of your business, your products, your services? We're also looking at brand equity. What is the value associated with your brand? Do they look at you as the superior brand, or are you in between? Or is your brand value maybe value for money in terms of you are the cheapest? Also, we're looking at brand image. What is the perception of your organization or your products? And market positioning in terms of how do you compare with other competitors in your space. So basically now measuring this is what we would say how you're performing in terms of the customer perspectives.
How then can organizations measure now the performance of customer service?
Amazing. Measurement of customer performance is two ways. There is an inward perspective and there is an outward perspective. The objectives are inherently outward, but the performance measurement is inward. So the strategies that will be put in place will be focusing on the customer. But the measurement of how effective these strategies are now, it is the inward aspect. So the metrics to focus when it comes to measuring customer service, customer experience performance would be varied. Remember, customer preferences have been evolving over time. As at now, we are talking about customer experience, and some organizations are already at a higher level where they're talking about being obsessed with their customers. So again, the performance metrics will just be informed around the same areas. And one of the key things to look at is customer satisfaction levels. How many of your customers are satisfied with your service or your value proposition, either through your products or your services. Another aspect would be in terms of net promoter score. How many of your clients can refer you to their friends or people within their circles. Clients who can do a positive review of your brand. The third aspect, we are looking at customer effort score. What is the struggle or the effort employed by your customers to get your service or to get through you, either through the website or other available channels. Something else not to forget is the customer lifetime value, and this is basically an organization trying to predict that in the lifetime relationship between the company and the customer, what is the projected revenue that they are likely to make from this relationship. And finally, the customer retention rate and also the churn rate. Basically looking at how many of your clients are able to purchase from you and how many of your clients are exiting. So basically these are the things that can help a company to measure how they are performing as far as customer service, customer experience is good. is concerned. Yeah.
I'm looking at the customer retention rate, and to the first point you mentioned about customer level of satisfaction.
Yes.
I do agree with you fully. These are very important when it comes to making sure the customers are fully taken care of in an organization. Now, being the head of training, this makes me to ask, how does corporate staffing services assist or support employers by setting realistic or even actionable customer service performance goals or targets?
Thank you, Mary. This is one of the areas where as corporate staffing we're big on, because we come in to help on two areas. Number one being we try to master or map out all the customer touch points in terms of how does the customer get in touch with you or with the organization? How do they interact with your services? Now, these different touch points, we now focus on the side of the employees. How prepared are they, or what is the experience they are giving your clients? Are they giving a good experience or otherwise? So we look at now the staff in terms of the skills gaps, whereby we come in and help you to do a training needs assessment or skills gap analysis, whereby we're able to advise you on the gaps, the pain points, and then we also propose to you the right remedy in terms of correcting or just building capacity of your team. So we do offer training around customer service, customer experience, customer obsession, and this helps many organizations to live up to their objectives. We've trained many organizations and they have good feedback in terms of how this has impacted their teams. Yes.
Great. I know someone watching now has been able to get the clear picture of how we are able to come in handy to offer support.
Sure.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you so much.
Great. Indeed, as Godfrey has mentioned, customer experience is the heart of every business, and it is important for every organization, every employer, to get to know how best to evaluate or to measure the performance of customer service within the organization. And the beauty is this is where we come in handy as corporate staffing services. We are able to help every organization take you through how to identify the skills gap by taking you through the needs analysis or assessment. And even over and above that, we are able to customize a customer service training for your team depending on the gaps that has been identified. We encourage you to reach out to us through the link below, and we will be able to walk with you the journey to ensure that as a business you are able to offer your clients an exceptional customer experience service. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.